Hi everyone, Schoolhouse Intuitive. It's Tiff here with a Libra June 2026 tarot reading. We'll use tarot cards, oracle cards, tarot tokens. We're going to dive into the energy of June 2026 so Libras know what to expect. It's for the Libra collective. That could be Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node. Really any placement. Everyone is welcome here. Let's start out with those tarot tokens. All right. Now, I did your annual reading, which I do at the end of every year. And for June, I did review the video, and you'd had the lovers, you had cards about pampering, relaxing, restoration. There were you had the Five of Wands in reverse, the Four of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles. So we'll see if those same cards come out. But this was about, ending a conflict. And how that leads to rewards and how it's important to be flexible and balanced at this time. Let's see what we have though. Tarot token for the lovely Libras. Oh, wow. First one out, Fool. Excellent. So yeah, just like, one message that did come in though, really was dreams being realized or actualized. So when I see the Fool, I love seeing this because that is definitely one of my uh, major arcana characters who I think of when I think of having fresh hope and getting that dream come true, having the new beginning. But optimism is a big part of that, right? You'll notice the sun's there and the yellowness here. That makes me think of needing to have a bright kind of attitude or energy within ourselves in order to really have the ability to take those next steps and then, yes, actualize our dreams. So the color yellow is really coming in big right now for some reason. All right, let's see what else we have. And yellow can have to do with communication. It can have to do with, happiness. It can have to do with, yes, optimism. It makes me think, obviously, of the solar plexus chakra. So confidence could be critical at this time. What else do we have? We have the lovers. Now, how interesting, because as I said, and what do you know, I put yellow dots on these, not even realizing that, I did this months ago. So, so there are the lovers, and there's that choice. Some of you may be choosing happiness. You may be choosing to take action. The universe is going to work with you. Okay, friends. That's what I'm getting. That's what I was getting at when I tuned in at the end of the year. That June is a really good energy as far as kind of like the universe meeting you halfway, and really supporting you as you make a choice that's maybe perhaps more aligned for you. We also had making time to enjoy kind of the sweetness of life, your ships coming in, those were all things that came in for June. So I'm excited for us, Libra. Let's see what the cards say, though. We're going to tune into crystal cards, moon cards, future higher self. We're going to get, animal cards. We'll look at angel numbers. We do it all here, really. Okay. And only take what resonates. You have free will, final say. Your intuition knows best. Take what resonates and leave the rest. What else for Libra? I was getting the worst being over. That could be why you had the Five of Wands in reverse. It's kind of like the end of a conflict. What else do we have? Big achievement here for some of you. Okay, so we have, so far, you have turmeric and you have oak. So there's healing here. There's strength. There's grounded truth. There's radiance, vitality. Look at that. They both have yellow or golden kind of energy with them. You may want to do a little research of your own, actually, on the color yellow and what it represents from a spiritual perspective. Okay. Or maybe that's your favorite color or a loved one in spirit, that sort of thing. Okay. So what would it look like to step into your brightest, healthiest self? Okay, I feel like that's what's clarifying the Fool. Like, what would it look like? When I see the Fool, because it's one of the cards that has the sun, it really does tune me into that energy, that vitality, like taking that next step. You don't necessarily know exactly the entire path, ahead of you. And that's why it's a risk, right? And that's why some people may say, oh, that's foolish. But it's kind of, you know, they're taking that step. They're being bold. They've learned some lessons here. You see, they've traveled light. They're traveling lightly. They have the white intention or white rose, signifying, you know, pure intentions, integrity. There's an innocence here, right? It's kind of like um, taking a new, like again, it's a fresh start. It is so much a fresh start sort of energy. And with the lovers. Oh, by the way, this, yeah. So that's the healing, the radiance, the vitality. And that is what I think of when I think of the sun. And so it's cool that you have the Fool, which features the sun. And then it's also connecting now to this energy of the lovers. Now, what's clarifying the lovers is this oak tree. It makes me think of your own wisdom. So it says grounded truth, legacy. What inner truth are you ready to stand tall and live by? The lovers can sometimes have to do with defending our choices, or, you know, or just trusting ourselves, trusting that we have what it takes to make this transformation, to have the life we want to live, really stepping boldly here towards something that is much more aligned, in agreement with you, however you want to word it. Let's get into those Moonology cards. Overview here, June 2026. Of course, I always do weekly readings, Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. And hello to my regular subscribers, viewers, members. I appreciate all of you. What else? Okay, so a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. This is fantastic because, again, that kind of supports that initial overview I was getting at the end of the year last year for you for June, that there's the end of the conflict and that leading to a big reward in some way. It's like you're freeing yourself up. That's what I mean by, you know, they're traveling lightly. You're freeing yourself up from maybe a partnership that wasn't supportive of this next step for you, right? And you're freeing yourself up. Maybe that is helping you answer that. What would it look like to step into your brightest, healthiest self? Well, maybe it is a personal relationship or conflict or just something going on emotionally, right? We have the Cancer full moon here on this card. Makes me think of, you know, your own intuitive abilities and emotions and what's going on under the surface, you know, what speaks to you on a deep level, Libra. What else do we have? There's something here about letting it go, changing your perspective, and that leads to a new beginning. And you actually had the Fool card come out in that reading, or at least that's what I was getting during meditation too. Because before these readings, Libra, I do a meditation, and I will, if it's a monthly reading, I will look back at, you know, what the year said for that month, because it's, you know, a little slice of the whole picture, and then this is the deep dive. But yeah, I was getting like Hanged Man, Fool card. So yeah, and then the Swan came out for you too, and that makes me think of, you know, being your authentic self and having that ability to do so and feel good about it. And there's something here about questioning your higher mission in May that overlaps and brings you into June. Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon here. Maybe we should do that right now. All right. Letting it all go. Helping us get grounded, get centered. Let's see what else we have for Libra. Get two more of these. What else do we have? Overview. The energy is gaining momentum with waxing moon. You're really preparing yourself for something major. A lot of you, it's something big. Let's see what else we have. Again, there's that unknown, right? But you're being brave. You're having that foolish bravery of the Fool. You know, some may say it's foolish. I say it's brave. It's courageous. It's optimistic, right? It's not reckless if you've been thinking that you need to make this change and then it comes along and you jump on it. That's different than, you know, being impulsive, and, you know, that's different. If you've already really decided ahead of time, hey, I need to make this adjustment. What else do we have, please? Don't let pride get in your way with that full moon in Leo. As you're building your legacy here, So going back to that question that you may be facing in June, Libra, what inner truth are you ready to stand tall and live by? You know, being confident is not to be confused with arrogance, right? There's a difference there. Nothing wrong with having that self-esteem. Sometimes those around you, they're not comfortable with the changes you make, right? As you glow up, grow up, move on, right? They're not necessarily comfortable with that. But that shouldn't stop you, my friend. All right, something was in our way there. Okay, Libra. We're going to use the Spring Weight Tarot Stars Edition by Tarot Collectibles. All the decks I use are down below. What else do we have for Libra? Also do readings every Tuesday and Thursday in the afternoon or in the morning. I've been posting them in the morning too, like late morning, Eastern Standard Time. So what else do we have, please? Libra, you have the Two of Cups. I think some of you are really going to be standing behind a choice you have to make in June, or maybe one you've already made in May. And it's sort of, there's like, I just picture this bridge going from May to June. Something is very much connected. It's sort of, you've already, you started it. Again, it's like, I feel like you've really thought this over, and you didn't just think it over, you've really felt it over, which actually could be more important for those of us who are intuitives, right? Which I feel we're all intuitive to some degree. But some of us, we choose to rely more on our intuition than our thoughts. All right, what else do we have? A Libra. A lot of possibilities here. New partnership, new contract for some of you here. For some reason, I am getting the date of October 11th. Okay, so I do get channeled messages throughout. I also look into my crystal ball. I receive a lot of clairaudient messages and other clairs, and so that is always incorporated here. I'm also getting this message about sort of like paying it forward or restitution in some way. So maybe someone owes you restitution, or you feel you're owed some good karma, something like that. But I am feeling that, I'm getting that, and it could definitely be work related. But for some of you, I'm getting something about needing to pace yourself. Okay, pace yourself. And some of you, either the name foster means something, or you're considering fostering, or maybe you were a foster child at one point or something like that. But I am getting that word foster. So it makes me think of support for you, Libra. Like, what sort of support are you getting? Are you getting enough support? Are you doing the healthy things to support yourself on this journey you're taking, this journey of life, right? I'm picking up on the crystal amethyst, or the name amethyst as well. And we have the Four of Cups. It doesn't feel like the offer you've been waiting for has really reached you yet for a lot of you. It just doesn't feel like the ships have come in for the majority of you out there. Not to your liking. There's been delays, right? It feels like that. Feels like, how long do I have to stay in limbo here, right? How long is this going to go on? How much longer do I have to wait? Let's see, Libra. A lot of you have been making good use of that wait, though. And you will be ready when that opportunity comes your way. And I think a lot of you are tuning in to get inspiration, because you know what? With that bored, apathetic Four of Cups, they are definitely dissatisfied, right? They are not happy. This is an energy of feeling deeply unfulfilled. But I want to point out, there's a new day here in the background here. This offer coming your way could be different than all the others, right? So isn't it worth a little peek into that cup? Some of you are digging deep for some truth and answers here. We have the Hermit. This is about, what step will you take next? Oftentimes, maybe we can't take the whole, we don't have an entire plan laid out, but we can take the next step. Even if it's meditating on something, researching something, right? Writing something out, scripting something out even. If you're wanting to make a call somewhere, or you're just wanting to I kind of get this energy of some of you really wanting to kind of get your foot in the door somewhere. I'm actually getting a name too. I'm getting the name Morrissey. So, or something like it. Okay. So, but I am getting I'm getting a letter. Actually, I'm feeling a letter, like for, or a message in some way. I feel it's pretty inspirational. It could really send you in a direction that feels like home. Those are the exact words I'm getting. It feels like home. It's like a hug from grandma. Or maybe that's what you're searching for. Maybe that's what you have been looking for all this time, and just you're not willing to settle for second best or um, third choice. It's like you're wanting that number one, whether it's a relationship or a career path or an opportunity to travel. I feel like you've decided, yep, tried the rest. Now I'm going to go for the best. I don't know. What else do we have here? It's almost like it's just not worth your time. I'm feeling like this hermit is really thinking about all the time that's passed. We don't want to think too much about all the time that's passed or the boats we may have missed. We want to think about those opportunities that are right before us, that are heading our way, right? That's where our energy, we want to put it, right? Eyes on the prize, not behind. Okay, what else do we have? Oh my, there's the Ace of Cups. I love this, right? It's like, look at the opportunities that are coming in. You're going to love this, Libra. Something is coming in. Maybe it's a someone. We have daffodils in the picture. I talked about that Four of Cups and how isn't it worth taking a peek inside that Ace of Cups? Yeah. Might be worth it for you. But I know some of you don't trust it for some reason. You could be feeling guarded, and rightly so, right? Some of you there's been a lot of stress when it comes to how to get something going, getting the wheels in motion, or turning the page on something, or sorry for all the cliches, or just moving in that new direction. I am getting this energy too of sort of distancing yourself, and maybe that's what the hermit's about. But I think just remember, Libra, don't distance yourself from what really does make you happy. Maybe some of you enjoy listening to the birds. Yeah, I'm getting that. We have the Emperor here. And the Emperor is coming in, Libra. This is incredible so far, because aside from the tokens, which are all major arcana, you have the Emperor and the Hermit. I mean, two strong figures in tarot, right? And they're both very like grounded. They're stable energy. They know what they want. They are thoughtful. They are both very thoughtful, very strategic. They have wisdom. That's why, look at the hermit. He's got the wisdom. He's got the beard and everything, right? And the hermit, he didn't get to be an emperor overnight. This took a lot of time. He's had to trade a lot. He's had to make a lot of tough decisions. And maybe that's you I'm talking about, Libra. There's something here too about needing to be transparent, right? Having maybe some of those difficult conversations. I want to check in with my crystal ball here for a moment. I am getting two names. I'm getting Tina, and then I was getting Abby or Abigail. Okay, what else am I getting here for Libra? There's something here, Libra, about making a chore or something that can be stressful, like bargain hunting, for example, making it fun. Somehow making something that, again, could be stressful, like looking for the best deal, making it fun. What else? Like a scavenger hunt for savings. I don't know. Maybe you could enlist a friend or two, or let's see what else we have. I am getting this coldness, Libra. And it's in the home, or having to do with this particular structure. It's almost this energy of like feeling like something like this, feeling kind of overpowered in some way, or there could be distance or dissonance. All right, something like that. I have, yeah, I mean, there's something here about questioning if something's really necessary, like a decision made by an organization. Um, and maybe someone questioning, does this really need to happen? Is this really the best route? Okay. Yeah, and thinking about other people's motives, okay? That's coming in too. What else do we have, Libra, for June? For Libra. If you enjoy this reading, please help me out. Give me a like, hype, memberships, follow, all whatever you want to call it. Liking the video, leaving a comment. All of it helps. Thank you. All right. Oh wow. Oh my goodness, Libra. Okay, there's a lot of Cancerian energy in this reading. Okay, you already had full moon in Cancer. You've got the Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. You have the Chariot now. You have the High Priestess, who is Cancer being ruled by the moon, even though this is Pisces. So you have a lot of water energy, a lot of water. But you do have the Emperor here. That's fire. You have Virgo energy on the Hermit. That's Earth. So yeah. All right, Libra. This is getting that higher perspective. Libra, I want to remind you, only you know your full story. Only you know what you've gone through, every little detail. Only you know that. It's your story. Yeah, these are both about having much more information or a clearer perspective than your average person, or than any other voice that's trying to get your attention right now from the outside. It's like you have what you need to make a decision. But some of you, I feel like you are dealing with an energy, which again, it could be a person, it could be an organization, a system, that seems like it's kind of applying pressure to you in some way. Or maybe you're just feeling like external pressure. You're real, it could be anything. It could be about, money. I mean, a lot of us are feeling that right now. But Chariot and the High Priestess, your direction is going to come from your own wisdom. You need to trust yourself, Libra. Absolutely need to trust. We get this message a lot. And moving forward, too. Moving forward with this Chariot, we may need to have a little more structure, a little more discipline. Getting that sort of energy, like hold yourself in high regard, right? You have the power, you have the strength, you have the wisdom to make this a reality, to actualize the dream. What else do we have? There's that Queen of Swords, Libra. There we are, sitting pretty in her power here, right? She's clear now. And again, look at the yellow sky. Generally, it doesn't have that. So yellow. There we are again with the yellow. Okay, the Hermit had some yellow rays of light. The Emperor has yellow. There's a lot of yellow daffodils here. There's a lot of yellow energy as you transform. It's like having confidence in yourself, Libra. Know that you will have success. Good news is on the way here. Let's not give up. Let's not assume. That's the thing with the Queen of Swords. She doesn't make assumptions. So we want to just we don't want to assume that something isn't going to work out, right? And for a while, I know I can understand why somebody may have felt that way, but there's an energy here of like, if you've been feeling stuck, it feels like there's a lot less doubt now, or there will be in June. That clarity, that direction is clear. Now, Libra, some of you may need to make a very difficult decision to turn your back on a situation. Okay. I don't need to tell you that. You already know this. I'm getting a name that has will in it. W-I-L. Tons of names have it. So, because I was getting kind of a list clairaudiently. So But it could just be the key word there is will. You will have success. You will actualize this dream. You will get clear. Or the fact that, like the Queen of Swords, the Chariot, the Emperor, they all have really strong will, right? They're not going to let anything tear them down or take them down. Nothing has conquered you yet, right? You're still here. You're still going after the things in life that you want to achieve. As I often say, you didn't come this far to only come this far. For some of you, after a metaphorical fall in some way, you're getting back up there. You're putting yourself back out there, ready to dance again. I Even though this is an upright, I always put them out in upright. The Lovers, I am kind of feeling there's this energy of like just sort of blaming yourself for bad choices, or that word dissonance is coming again. It's coming in again. Maybe not separating yourself from something sooner because of indecision. We can't go back, right? We can only go forward. And the High Priestess, like they see all stages of the development of something, right? They see answers, and they see them in their third eye. I can't really say it enough. Like really utilizing those in your own intuitive abilities. And the High Priestess is about you and your own divine truth, connecting to that wisdom yourself. Some of you may have felt blocked, like your intuition was blocked in some way. I don't feel that anymore. For the majority of you, I feel like you have some good practices now in place that you yourself have developed. Whether you worked with someone or not, you've done the work. You're the one who's sitting down and working on it every day, or being more open to it. This is about you making better, healthier choices in June, all right? Much more harmonious choices that lead to, I don't lead to the Five of Cups. There's a bridge that needs to be crossed. This is a big, like, there's almost like there's a caveat here, right? We can have it, but we need to let go of something. We'll look into cards and see what we need to let go of. But I thought we could go, we could just go right from, you do the work, you sit down, and it helps you, and it moves us to, and then we get the Five of Cups. That's not where we want to go, right? That's not where we want to go. We've already been there. It's not going to get us anywhere to focus on the spilled cups, right? So this is, yes, there's been disappointment. There's been loss. We have felt abandoned in some way. But this is moving on. This is finding peace. This is moving forward and focusing on those two cups that are still standing behind you. And I want to remind you, you have the Two of Cups as the very first card in your reading. That is a new connection. That's you feeling connected to things that maybe once brought you joy, or to new things and people and places, things that have brought you, that are bringing you joy or will bring you joy. I feel that for some of you, it really is, you're winding down a phase, because the High Priestess has to do with phases, and you'll see only their cloak has the rain and the clouds on it. Everything else has already turned, right? It's just, there's for some of you, not all, but for some, there's just a little more work to do, or there's one more thing to sort out. And the Queen of Swords is coming in with her beautiful sword. Libra, that's you. And she's saying, okay, I know what to do now. She's having total honesty with something, and with someone, maybe she's found out they haven't been truthful with her, or a truth in life that she thought was true, or they, them, whatever, turned out to not be. And so now there's a decision point, right? This is a turning point. I feel that, yes, a turning point for us is coming in the middle of this year, Libra. I feel like for a lot of you, it starts to build momentum in June, and July is pivotal. I haven't done the July reading yet, but I didn't even look back at what July said, but I'm just getting this energy. I think some things might be changing astrologically in July that are going to be pretty big. Yeah. So what else do we have, please? Three of Cups. Three of Cups. I'm getting something here about promises. Maybe you've been promising yourself this change for a while, or someone's been making promises to you. And now it's time they pay up, right? It's like now they got to fulfill those promises. Or I'm getting actually, I don't usually get this off the Three of Cups, but I am getting wish fulfillment with this. I'm getting that because you're willing to, even for some of you, like come together with a group or even sort of, I'm getting this word like regenerate in some way. It actually leads to a wish come true, or yeah, it does. There's a celebration here with this Three of Cups. I'm getting this energy too, Libra, of like putting aside pettiness and not just getting along for the sake of getting along, but truly wanting to be there with whoever it is you're with. So some of you may be deciding you're not going to waste your time and your energy anymore on relationships that are just lacking, that are unfulfilling, that aren't giving back, right? And I do feel this energy too of like either it's advice not to cut corners or you're deciding no more cutting corners, but yeah. And there's the Page of Pentacles. This is good news. This is really good news. What will you do with that potential? That's what that little pentacle there is, right? That's a seed. This is a message that your hard work is paying off. It's a message that if you are diligent and you commit and you work through, maybe some of you need to work through, some red tape or something. If you do it though, there's a rainbow there in the background. There's wish fulfillment again. But I feel like this is good news for some of you. Or a delivery. Some of you could be actually getting a gift, heartfelt gift that could make up for some sort of loss in some way. It doesn't completely replace it, but there's, so like if you've lost something or if you feel like there's been upset, I feel as though there is something coming in June, possibly that second part of June, kind of June 12th on, but it does feel that there's sort of that hope restored. There's a nice gift that comes in, and there's something here about clearing the air, needing to have that conversation, right? So their communication is coming into learning, who's on your side, who can you really trust. That's all coming in. That's some clarity that needs to probably happen. Here we have the Four of Swords, and they're in the park, and they're getting some answers on their own. Okay. It's like needing to kind of pull back their energy. Top of the deck, you have the Two of Pentacles. You'll see they have the egg-shaped world in their, or earth in their hands. And they have a whole basket too they could have chosen from. They chose this one. They chose the best in the bunch. And I think that's what you're doing. And you know what, Libra? Maybe someone's going to choose you as their best. Like you're the best for the fill in the blank. I love this deck because there are so many rainbows. Now, this person, though, this Two of Wands, they're having to make a decision. They are ready for the next step. Page of Pentacles, they're ready for new adventures too. I want to remind you, you have the Emperor, you have the Queen of Swords here. Those are boss cards, right? What some of you are feeling, maybe you're like, I don't know, can I trust this? Do I trust myself? Do I trust the new direction? And there's that Queen of Pentacles. And I know this because it came out exactly on its side. It's not upright, it's not reverse, it's exactly. This is telling me, Libra, that there could definitely be some indecision here or some feeling kind of unbalanced in some way. Yeah, what do you know, right, Libras? Here we are, right? But it kind of feels like there's contemplation Okay, like with that Four of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, now even the Queen of Pentacles on her side, there's contemplation here. Some of you are questioning an opportunity. You're questioning your home life even. You're questioning your prosperity, your security. Domestic matters are coming to the forefront, it feels like. And there is a lot of question marks. But that doesn't mean there aren't opportunities. It's like knowing, yes, there are, I can go this way, this way, this way, but which one is the best way? You know? I think sometimes that means we need to let go of something. What are we letting go of? Magic of letting go. We're letting go of, well, it says progress is often more sustainable than perfection. So we need to have realistic goals. So this is reevaluating when needed. That's one thing, the Queen of Pentacles, she's looking down, she's always looking at her resources. She always has her head down in that queen in this card. It's fertile. There's a lot of, she's made a lot of things happen, but she is such a wise investor. And some of you may be realizing that a goal you've set just isn't going to happen maybe the way you initially thought, but the way it is happening is better than expected. You have inner critic. There's challenging negativity here. So this is replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations. I just get some of you are kind of being bossed around. I don't know. Or like you're dealing with an organization or a person or a situation. It's just feeling kind of, again, like this critical energy. And I hope it's not you doing this to yourself, Libra, right? We have no worries here. So this is anchoring in the present, Libra. Prepare rather than worry. Adapting is what matters. Yes, adapting. We don't always know the whole plan, right? But you have enough to get started. And I think there are going to be indications of new prosperity in June. You have being too busy. You need to give yourself a break. You had that already coming in. Okay. Even just breathing, make time to rest, relax, and nurture yourself this month, Libra. What else for Libra, please? Form new habits, prioritize wellness. That's another reason the Queen of Pentacles could be on her side, because it could be an imbalance within you in your internal environment, right? So this is embracing practices that will nourish you, that will uplift you. Anything in excess is not good, right? Whoa. We have 3. Let's take the 3. Give up control. Allow serendipity. So surrender to the natural flow of life and have faith. Stop waiting. Seize the moment now. Take action. Right? Now may be the time for some of you. This is like taking action, bringing your dreams to reality. And don't compare. I always see that. I think of that when I see the 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands. I think about not comparing. Let's not compare, right? The comparison is going to diminish your sense of self-worth, right? So honor your uniqueness. Yeah, no one's going to do it the way you're going to do it, Libra, because you're you. That's not a bad thing, right? It's actually a good thing. We should celebrate our individuality. What else do we have? Oh, yes, we have the Lovers. There it is again. So it's so cool to me. Now you have the Lovers again. That's the final tarot card. We're going to do more oracle cards, but that's awesome. I love seeing the Lovers for you. This is letting me know you're making more aligned choices. Okay? It's letting me know that you're getting that balance. You're having the important conversations too, that communication. If it has to do with career, this is a really good sign, Libra. This is long-lasting commitment. So there's a big decision, though. There's a big choice. There's a decision point, and it's significant. It is significant, but you're worth it. It's worth pausing, reflecting, getting clear before you go and take that next step forward. I mean, for some of you, this, if it has to do with love, it's making that commitment to go to the next stage, next step. Right? This is a sign that you could be coming into more better financial security, right? You're attracting more. This is, but again, you have to make the choice. And the advice is to lead with love. Okay. Yeah, we're going to, because of the other cards you have in your reading, right? A lot of water energy, including the Ace of Cups. You have the Lovers twice now. Queen of Swords is also here, though. I want to remind you. So it's not like you have to completely not think at all. It's, again, it's that balance, right? And does it feel right in your body, Libra? When you check in with yourself, does this decision feel right? What do you feel in your body when you think about yourself doing that or being with that person? Or, like, so if you have choices before you, tune into your body too. And it's as simple as it takes practice, but it's as simple as, just having that quiet Four of Swords moment, right? Where you're just breathing and noticing, hey, I have option A, option B. When I'm reflecting on option A, what do I notice in my body? Anything at all? Maybe nothing. You might notice like a little bit of like, oh, my breathing changed a little, or there was tightness here, or I felt excitement, just checking in and seeing, get those physical signs too. It's going to be important to run things past your physical body, your, practical matters. How will this option affect day to day, my health, etc., my family? How will that's fine. That's like Queen of Swords. She gets all that out there, and Queen of Pentacles before she invests, right? It's well thought out. She takes her time, and but we also need to think about, what are we most passionate about? I think you already know what you're most passionate about. That's why I don't think it's showing up really through the cards anyway. I think it's more about the head over heart, or, there might be a lot of that going on, or it could just be like just needing, again, that clarity when it comes to how you feel from an emotional standpoint, from a physical standpoint, but it needs to be a balance of all of it, right? It's not just the head deciding. It's not just the heart. It's not just your third eye. It's everything. And practical matters, like I said. But this is a card of attraction. It is a card that you are energetically aligned. And if you don't know yet, if you are, then you're probably not. If you're not sure, then you probably aren't energetically aligned. Not to the degree you're hoping for, maybe. If you're not sure, like if you're still doubting it, well, that could be a sign of not being in alignment with something. But it doesn't mean it's terrible. It could just mean some tweaks are needed, right? Yeah. What else? I'm getting this interesting message of like not comparing what is the expression, like the lesser of two evils or something. Like, it's like, why should you have to have this or that when neither one of them's great? Like, why wouldn't you go for that third thing that is the ultimate dream? Maybe you like, oh, well, I've tried that, or I'm too old, or I'm too this, or I don't have this or that. But have you really pursued all options? That's all I'm asking. You don't have to answer that or anything. That's just like answering it for yourself. Like, just giving it another like once over, right? All right, Libra. I don't know if you've been really fair to yourself or if others have been fair to you. That's not great, right? We need to make sure that, again, taming that inner critic, not allowing others to have too much say over what you're doing. What else do we have? Let's get some advice, please, for Libra. Lovely Libra collective. Communicate. Talk to the moon. Some of you really need to communicate. It came out in reverse. Communication could be stuck, stalled right now. Maybe it would feel better to let it out in some form. Slow it down with Moonstone. Oh, Moonstone. Interesting. Some of you may like Moonstone. I actually have my Moonstone, one of my Moonstone rings right here. I have it to the side. I don't really have it to the side like that. I do. Interesting. Maybe you resonate with Moonstone. We will get crystal cards, animal cards, and angel numbers soon. And galactic angel numbers and future higher self. We're getting a lot. And focus, moonbeams. It is hard to focus right now for some of you. This was another one that came out in reverse. What else? Again, boundaries. This is out of bounds, moon. Boundaries may be being crossed here. It's in reverse. Let's get us an upright one. Courage. The upright one is courage. Libra, you have the courage to do this. Blood moon coming in. And, oh, in reverse. Libra, as I said, some of us, we need to process our feelings. We need to sit with our feelings or work with professionals, right? Do what needs to be done just to get through this. There's howling at the moon, letting it out. They're letting it out. And we have the past, dealing with the past. Maybe some things from the past are coming up to ultimately be healed, to be healed for once and for all, right? But seriously, Libra, sometimes though, we need support, right? We need more support than what we're getting. And also sometimes, we'll think we're through something and, over it, so to speak. And it comes back and we find out, oh, I guess I'm not, or I guess there is still some stuff there. That's okay. That's part of healing. It's non-linear. And then love. Some of you are not feeling the love. We have day moon here. So again, it came out in reverse. And abundance. Domicile moon here, coming in with abundance for Libra. Get ready. And I feel it feels like, yes, we may need to pause. And now, Libra, you do you, right? But if I'm telling you what the energy feels like right now when I'm feeling in for June for Libra Collective, okay? It feels like maybe the first part of June for some of you, yeah, you'll need to get clear on something. But I feel this shift in vitality. And I think it's just going to be easier for you once you have maybe had difficult conversations, or once you've, changed your environment in some way, either internal or external environment. It seems as though then things start moving. But it seems like the progress, it doesn't feel like, and maybe it's because it's a general reading for everybody, but it doesn't feel like it's like all at once. It feels sort of like it came or it will in like spurts and bursts. But I feel that now the time that the good parts last will be longer. It just feels like it'll be somewhat of a smoother ride. Okay, maybe some of you are dealing with vehicle stuff too, because we have the Chariot and we have, I said, smoother ride. Nothing's said by accident. I mean, sometimes are. And then I'm like, oh, I should probably delete that. Yeah, anyway. That's me, my own thoughts maybe jumping in for a minute. But intuitively, it's not accidentally. And yeah, okay. So let's see what else we have. I think I've said enough of that. It's tough because it feels like some of you have been sort of in this making a decision mode for a while, and there needs to be maybe a little more action. Okay. That's what I feel. I feel there will be more taking action. And others of you are like, I'm trying everything, I'm already doing it. Then that's not your message, right? Not everything I say in 1 hour is going to be your message, right? Let's get more advice though for Libra. Full moon in Taurus, detox. There we go, detox. Shine, new moon in Leo. And lighten up, new quarter moon in Leo. So adding the light, right? Bringing in the light. You had this not too long ago in a reading. Not this card, but just like bringing in the light, Libra. How are you going to bring in the light? How are you going to bring in more color, more happiness, more cheeriness to your life? Bringing in the happiness. You deserve it. You deserve to be happy, Libra. All right, future higher self messages. A few of these too. I'm getting a message right now, clairaudiently, about like just put it in a box and put it on a shelf. Like maybe you just like, just put something away for now. They're literally or metaphorically, I don't know. All right, so we have try not to resist the changes that come your way. Don't delay the inevitable. That's just it. Let's not be the reason we're not progressing, right? it's like you've put this off for too long now for some of you. Explore the possibilities. At the very least, explore the possibilities. And you'll be surrounded by people with different agendas. It may scare you away, but fight it. You've got this. It may scare you away. Okay, yeah. And life isn't a sprint. It's a long race, and you're not in it just to win it. Kind of not comparing with others. What else do we have, please? Galactic angel messages for Libra. I'm getting a midnight blue. Maybe that's a car or name, but there's midnight and there's blue. Protect your energy, Libra. Untangle from toxic people or situations. That could not be more clear. Protect your energy. You already had detox. And pull back. Oh my goodness, Libra. And you had cards that support this. Four of Swords, for example. Hermit, High Priestess even. Pull back. Retreat, recharge. It's time to reconnect and strengthen your soul. And the one on the floor, Libra, is make the time to connect with the ones you love. So you have someone wanting to connect with you. Are you going to answer it? You're going to answer the door, answer the call, answer the text. Listen to your heart, Libra. What else? Let's get a crystal card for every zodiac sign now. Okay, we're going to get a crystal card for every zodiac sign. First, I'm going to get angel number in an animal card. Then we'll do a crystal card for every zodiac sign. We have 555, transformation. You can expect the unexpected, Libra. That's it for the numbers. Let's get an animal card for everyone. Again, if you enjoyed this reading, please like the video, support it in other ways. I appreciate it. Thank you. And, oh, wow, we have sperm whale blessings. Here we go. Card 36, throat chakra. Expect abundant blessings. Tell the universe what you desire and be open to receiving. Trust your prayers are being heard and answered. For some of you, you need to actually tell others too. Oh, similar. Look at these. They look very similar. And I actually saw a dolphin in the ball here. So, having fun. But dolphin here, divine birthright, card 28, heart chakra. They're also giving me the number of 8 years. All right, so abundance is your true nature. There's nothing you need to do to deserve your heart's desires. Allow the universe to shower you with divine blessings. Like I said, Libra, you deserve to be happy. I don't need to know you to say that, by the way. All right, what else? Let's see. Says who? All right. You have azurite, get laser focused. Focus came out in reverse. Some of us, we do need to focus. All right, now let's get, so for every zodiac sign, so we're going to start with, of course, Libra, and then we're going to go all the way around, okay? All the way to Virgo. So Libra, your crystal card for the month. So Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whatever, right? Lapis Lazuli, make a decision. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. That is just so funny. That's us. And Lapis Lazuli is a stone of Libra. So that is so perfect. All right, Scorpio. So you can check for your rising, Sun, Moon, Venus, all of it, right? Any replacements. Scorpio. Clear quartz. Get crystal clear. Sagittarius. Citrine, bring in the light. Capricorn. Angelite, support is all around you. Aquarius. Ocean jasper, schedule yourself in. Pisces. Celestite, soothe your soul. Aries. Fluorite, find peace within. Taurus. Garnet, ignite your passion. Gemini. Aquamarine, go with the flow. Cancer. Malachite, it's time to transform. Leo. Sodalite, speak your truth. And Virgo. Agate, get back into balance. Funny for those of you on the Libra Virgo cusp there. That's what I have for everyone. Thanks so much for being here. Take care and wishing you a fabulous June.